Good morning, humanity. It's April 16th, 2018, and this is Mondays with Bev and Paul. And guess what? My name's Paul.
My name's Bev. Good morning.
What do we have here today?
The first step.
First step, everybody. Guess what we have behind us?
Ooh, I think that's green.
That's green. This is our green screen.
To be continued, right?
So we were testing with it. It was a little fuzzy, but we thought, let's just do the phase one, and we'll just do this green screen, and you can just focus on Bev today.
Oh, great. Oh, no. You're going to share that with me.
All right. So we got a great show today, and we have a question for today, and that is, how does BioTouch fulfill the pursuit of happiness? And we're going to have fun with this one.
Oh, boy. I hope.
But first of all, we want to let you know these shows are, one, the important part is we want to teach you how to do BioTouch. That's number one.
Yep.
And the second thing is we want to highlight a piece of our manual, whether it's from the Epilogue, the Prologue, or some of our little nuggets in there.
Mm-hmm. Yes. We had a really good group of people that watched us last week. I would sure like to start a dialogue with everybody. Ask us questions, bring us questions, and of course always, let everyone know, let you know what's going on in the world. With our web of certified practitioners.
Yeah, we have actually two of our CPs. I think Michaela next weekend has a class in Germany, and Chetna is getting ready to set up a class in India.
Right, and isn't Howard in Phoenix and Kai in Chicago?
Yes, this coming weekend.
Yeah.
So it is a buzz hive of activity here in spring 2018.
Yeah.
Flooding in Hawaii, too. I saw that.
Is it really?
Completely in it. My brother sent me pictures. His pool's filled with mud and brick. Kauai on the North Shore, people are trapped. They can't get out. The floodwaters have come in. It rained and hundreds of lightning strikes.
Gosh.
Of course, you never see that on the mainland news.
Yeah, exactly, mainland. Mm-hmm.
So all of our love and healing go out to the people in Hawaii.
Absolutely. Yeah. Oh, stay safe.
Yeah.
Blessings.
So, all right, let's jump right into our question here. So, how does BioTouch fulfill the pursuit of happiness? And you all might be wondering, where in the heck did a question like that come from?
Well, why don't you tell them where that came from? It was your idea.
Jenny was reading the Sunday New York Times. That's a book. It takes you 3 weeks to read it, and you already get one every day. So, so she showed me this article written by a Miss Hampel, Patricia Hampel, and the title of it was "Baby Boomers Reach the End of Their To-Do List."
Really?
Yeah, and so it goes on in there, and wanted to read the section that we want to deal with here. And she talked about how we're always doing. We're always trying to do things, but meditating is just another thing. Yoga, another task, another item for the to-do list. This battle between striving and serenity may be distinctly American. The struggle between toil and the dream of ease is an American birthright. Maybe it goes all the way back to the Declaration of Independence, our founding document, life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. How proud I've always been through the years of protesting, the radical this and the progressive that of my 60s generation, to think of those words. That unlikely word, happiness, made me proud to be an American, not just for my own sake, but that everyone was enjoined to find a personal project of delight. Of course, happiness is an illusion. Still, I'll pledge allegiance to it. But happiness is the only word in the Declaration of Independence triad that doesn't stand alone. Happiness is not, like life and liberty, a given. Happiness in the American credo is a job. It means to be pursued. It must be pursued. It may not be clear what happiness is, but you better get hold of it. Your fault, sucker, if you can't somehow nab it for yourself. The essential American word is happiness. It's pursuit.
Oh,
there
boy.
You go.
There you go. So much came up for me while you were reading that. The first thing was that pursuit is an action outside of ourselves.
Yes.
And so in this question, we're trying to, bring BioTouch into this equation. And BioTouch just does the opposite. Happiness is what? It is a state of beingness.
Yes.
And it's innate in all of us. What is BioTouch here to help us with? To reclaim that innate sense of ourselves, which is happiness.
And life.
And life.
Love.
And
health. And everything.
Well, and you know what? I have been having this real, I don't know, maybe call it a self-awareness. It is that health, which is the wholeness that the body is always looking for, it is our wealth. So we're striving outside of ourselves to pursue something that's been here all along. It's just who we are.
And so we were even dialoguing, well, BioTouch, don't you have to do something? Isn't there a pursuit with that? And it's sort of like we start going around in a circle. Oh my God, are we doing too? Is BioTouch just another thing to do?
Right.
And you know what's interesting? I've always said, yeah, it is. It's just another thing. But what I've always liked about BioTouch is it was sort of like the final thing. It's just, and it was so simple of just taking these two fingers, reaching out, and it had to be in relation, the key for this, touching another human being. And that was it. There was no intention. We're not intending to come to happiness. We're not intending to get better.
Right.
We're not intending for the gates to open and love, peace, and tie-dye come to us.
Well, what's interesting is when we take that away from ourselves and recognize that each of us is already the powerhouse of health and wealth and all those other things that begin to open, that we don't have to be concerned or have an intention when we do BioTouch. That's part of the magic. We don't have to let our mind get in the way of what's going to happen for that person with BioTouch. If we just recognize and honor in each other that it's already there and potentially possible, then we just, sure, we do the points maybe, but we're touching certain points, communicating to the body that says, remember who you are. Remember that you are in a state of happiness really already. BioTouch kind of helps us to open up those, layers of ourselves, those aspects of ourselves, that then we can, that's where that self-awareness comes. It's powerful.
Let's read. This is a part of our epilogue that sort of talks about and very few people. It's interesting. Very few people ever read the epilogue.
I know. Well,
and there's some pretty intense stuff in here. We're going to read the second paragraph and then talk a little more about how BioTouch sort of lets us live in that happiness without having to pursue it.
Right. So it says, as an associate learns the value of human beings caring for one another and seriously engages in the process of healing. I like that word, engage.
Right.
He or she may, on achieving marvelous and beneficial results, be inspired to speculate on various aspects of the human condition. The associate may begin to conceive that the usual arbitrary distinction drawn between the body and the mind extends to a harmony with the spiritual aspect of the human trinity. Oh dear. That's a conversation for another show. I mean, if that's what BioTouch really does, and I believe it does, then this is an amazing, I don't even know if I want to call it a healing modality.
It's just an opportunity.
BioTouch opens the door and presents us with what we already have, what we already are, and then lets us get on that journey of remembering and being, just being, not pursuing anything, just letting it happen,
And that's even a part in our prologue there. It talks about, we're not here to teach you how to do something.
Right.
We're just here to share some points and practice the points with another human being, and then watch the story unfold. That's a much nicer way to live our life, when you just watch the story unfold. You're not trying to improve yourself. You're not trying to better yourself. You're not trying to get somewhere or get enlightened or get healthy. It's how do we live in the presence of those things, in the presence of our love, in health and happiness
and wholeness. That's the gift of BioTouch right there. We don't have to. I know in this Western culture, that pursuit separates us. It separates us. It
Right.
makes us want to be better than, what's the old axiom? Keep up with the Joneses. And then, of course, you've got to surpass the Joneses eventually, because that's not cool to be like them. You want to be better than them. And so, to me, that's a competitive, separative activity. BioTouch is inclusive without even announcing it. It just brings you in rapport with another human being. You're equal. You're not.
Equal.
There's no sense of I'm intending to get better than you. It's just meeting each other in peace, in love.
So that Declaration of Independence, life, liberty, and happiness.
Right.
Let that triad be
Right.
that we live in all of it equally. And that's what's wonderful about BioTouch. Every single one of you out there who reach out and take these two fingers and lightly touch another human being, you are equally effective at helping another human being with their suffering. Equally effective.
Equally. And both of you are in a process of claiming your happiness.
Yes, claiming it. Good word.
Claiming your
it.
happiness.
Yes,
Yeah.
we make a claim to own this happiness, to own this love, to own this health. And, that always doesn't mean that I'm not going to have a headache, or that I'm not going to have to get an operation or fix a broken bone. Those are parts of life that, they happen.
You're
I'm
still
stuck
in-
in a
you're
body.
still in a body.
I'm stuck in a body.
Absolutely.
And it bumps into walls. I mean, I remember the whole thing of, the wall's not solid. It's just, vibratory light particles, and you can walk through, I haven't learned that yet. I'm still stuck in the illusion that the
Right.
wall's solid, and I'm going to get a bloody nose if I try to walk through it.
I had a teacher one time that said, look, we're going to have to go through our stuff. That's what we're doing here. We're all going through our stuff. But the quality of how you go through that stuff is going to determine the outcome. For me, BioTouch can help you go through the stuff at a higher quality and with an end result that will change the outcome of that experience.
And there's our chart to prove it.
Yeah.
Here are all the stressors in life. If you're in a body, you've got all these stressors on the top part of this chart.
If you're living in this country,
Yeah, right.
pursuing.
And everywhere else you go on the planet. And when you bring BioTouch, Dr. Stevenson found, you bring BioTouch in and you increase immune and cortisol, and you increase the activity of genes to promote healthy aging and improve the quality of life. I mean, we have the research to show, just by doing this simple technique,
Yeah.
you live with the stressors, but your life quality
increases
because
greatly.
And I think what we're really seeing is you have the ability, as you said, to claim that birthright. So we always want to make sure that we teach you here how to do this. And oh yes,
Look at that.
here are all the happy people. See,
Aw.
people are happy when they do BioTouch.
They are. Yes.
And so we always want to teach some points from our manual. And so today we're going to teach the sinus set because we're all dying here in Tucson. It's a minus. I saw minus 20 dew point. That means that the dew point is so low and the humidity is so low, it's sucking it out of our skin.
My God.
So here's some
Okay.
sinuses that we can do.
Yeah.
The sinus set may be used to address any conditions affecting the sinuses. To begin step 1, first locate hold point X by following the bone right behind the ear down to its tip at the bottom of the skull and sliding the fingers back slightly. X is the flat area just behind the tip of the bone at the base of the skull. Step 1 is performed in crossfire, So hold at X on one side of the head and touch points 1 through 3 on the opposite side of the head. Point 1 is just above the eyebrow where the brow and nose meet. Point 2 is the most prominent point of the cheekbone below the outside corner of the eye. Point 3 is below the inside corner of the eye where the nose and the cheek meet. Now find hold point X on the other side of the head, and again in crossfire touch point 1, just above the eyebrow where the brow and nose meet. Point 2, the most prominent point of the cheekbone below the outside corner of the eye. And point 3, just below the inside corner of the eye where the nose and cheek meet. Step 2. In matching fire, touch points 1 and 1, 2 and 2, 3 and 3, and X and X.
There you go.
There you go.
For all of you who are suffering with sinus problems.
Oh, and a lot of people are, especially
and
here.
even if you're not, it can help.
Oh, my goodness. I've seen instant results, and I'm still like, what?
So we have a question. We have a comment here from Catherine Feathers. It says, "Hi, my son has nonverbal autism and OCD and other things. I have not found doctors who can really help him with symptoms. Will BioTouch help him? And what book is it that I need to read?" I just found you guys. Oh, Catherine, thanks for contacting us.
Yeah, absolutely.
We can't tell you how simple and effective BioTouch could be. And it would just, even if all you're going to do is go online and download the first 10 pages for free and just do the greeting with him. And if you're interested in more, you can get the whole manual. But if you become a member, it's $18. You can get the whole manual and DVD. And then we can actually take you through just doing the greeting, the neck and the head.
Right. And we did a lovely condition workshop on autism.
And OCD
so the workbooks are available that you can have to specifically address that with him.
Yes.
Absolutely.
And we'll be doing the ADHD workshop this Thursday?
No, on the 26th.
Oh, next 26th.
Yeah.
And we'll be live streaming that too. So, Catherine, if you need more help, it's incredibly effective. And you would be effective too, having,
Immediately.
Yes, immediately.
Yep.
And we'd be happy to help you personally. You can contact us office@justtouch.com, and we'd be happy to email with you. Anybody else out there, if you have any situations you'd like to work with, we'd be happy to help you.
You bet. Yeah.
So we have ceased pursuing for happiness because we have found it. We are happy. Are you happy? Of course you're happy because you're watching us.
Yes.
So it has to be a happy day.
Yeah.
And we are so grateful that you have joined myself, Paul.
And myself, Bev.
And all of our friends here at BioTouch who just love sharing BioTouch with you all the time.
Yep.
And we look forward to seeing you next week. Contact us if you have anything that you need help with, and we'd be happy to help you. And I guess that's all we have for today.
That's
is
it.
Yes.
Just have a glorious week.
Glorious week. And next week, a happy week, glorious week. And next week, we hope that the green will have something on it.
Oh, well, we're working on it.
We're working on it.
Yeah.
All right. See you all next week, and we'll just leave with a little bit of song and dance for you. See you.